Registered to vote at the upcoming local government elections. GCOM has established an Office of the Returning Officer in every local authority area. You can visit the Office of the Returning Officer to find out at which polling station you are registered to vote. GCOM has also posted the registers of voters and lists of polling stations on its website www.gcom.org.gy. Visit the GCOM website and enter your ID number in the cell provided for this purpose to get clear directions about the location of your polling station where you can vote. For more information, contact the GCOM hotlines on 225-0277-9, 226-6557 or 223-9650 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. LGE is Monday, June 12.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening with your evening newscast for today, Thursday, June 1, 2023. My name is Joshua Van Slykeman. With approximately 30% of the works already completed, the new Criminal Investigations Department, CID headquarters building, is currently being reconstructed to the tune of $198 million. Kaieteur had reported last August that 10 contractors had applied for the Ministry of Home Affairs project when it was opened for tender. At that opening, it was revealed that it is estimated to reconstruct the headquarters. This newscast had reported that the move to reconstruct the headquarters is to properly house the operations of the unit, given that the old building had reportedly been in a dilapidated state for some time. In a statement on its Facebook page, the ministry disclosed that the CID headquarters is currently at the foundation stage, progressing moderately with works ongoing on the curb walls and columns. The ministry noted that over $198 million Ghana dollars will be expended into a new 3-story building, which will house the crime chief, his deputy, a finance department, cold case unit, major crimes investigation unit, trafficking in person unit, fraud section, crime lab, Interpol section, statistics unit, cybercrime unit, forensic video analysis unit, firearms unit, criminal record office, and a narcotic branch. In other news, a death row inmate Royden Williams, also known as Smalley according to police, is dead. He and his accomplice, identified as Odell Roberts, aka Gully, were killed this morning during a confrontation with Joint Services ranks at 33 Miles, Pataro, Region 7. Get the full details in tomorrow's Kaieteur News. We turn our attention to the Hillfoot residents who would have blocked the Linden-Suzdek Highway with more than 50 homes were reportedly destroyed at the location just after midday on Wednesday. Residents had blocked the highway on Wednesday night. Police resorted to peace, but they have returned to protest this morning. And 4 boys are reportedly confessed to setting the St. Angela's Girls Hostel on fire in Karasai, Region 9. The hostel reportedly caught fire around 3 hours this morning. All of the 19 occupants were reportedly evacuated safely and unharmed. And in other news, we tell you now that Ronald Birch Smith is the new president of the Bar Association. Attorney at law Mr. Ronald Birch Smith was on Wednesday elected as the new president of the Ghana Bar Association. Birch Smith was unopposed. He previously served as president of the association from 2013 to 2015. He was elected at the 44th annual general meeting of the Bar Association Ghana via the Zoom platform. As part of the proceedings, the Bar Council for the 2023-2024 fiscal year was elected. Ms. Pauline Chase, who by the rules of the association was ineligible for re-election, having served 2 consecutive terms. And with that, we've come to the end of your evening newscast for today, June 1, 2023. For these stories and much more, pick up your Friday, June 2nd edition of the Kaieteur News at a newsstand near you for just 100 Ghana dollars. Continue to listen to us here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kaieteur Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Kaieteur Radio. My name is Joshua Van Slykeman. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder to your Thursday evening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
It's Thursday. It is June 1st, a brand new month. The last month in the first half of the year. I'm Kaieteur on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to the National Outlook. It was this story that came out late last week, and it's from the European Union, and it's about campaign financing. I want to talk something that is a little away from oil today. Campaign financing. It's very, very important to governance in Guyana, governance in the world, as a matter of fact. Close to the end of the 2020 elections, I remember the EU made a number of recommendations, over two dozen of them, and they prioritized 8 of them. Among those were electoral reform, which we are still wrangling about and getting nowhere. Perhaps we'll never get anywhere. And campaign financing reform. You know, we talk about reform in this country and we end up with the deformed. Reform leads to what is deformed because nobody's prepared to give up something so that we, the Guyanese people, get the best of something more. It's not happening. No side to the political equation, neither of the 2 major sides are willing to concede an inch. And so we keep circling around and we talk about campaign finance reform. The vice president said he says he's concerned that campaign financing reform would mean that people who give money to political groups could be targeted and boycotted. Now, I don't know where he gets these things from. The people who are going to boycott businesses, they better have some money in their pockets. That meaning that they spend. And those who are boycotting usually don't have much money to spend. There's one kind of people and one set of the demographic in Guyana, mostly, for the most part, who has money to spend because it's close to the vice president. Let's call it for what it is. They're close to the vice president, so they are the people they're not going to stop spending because campaign financing reform identifies me or somebody else as being a contributor to the PPP or PNC. No, that's not going to happen. So what really campaign financing reform does is identify for us those who are giving huge sums of money to the political party, especially the one that ends up in government, and then turns around quite reasonably, quite humanly, and expect rewards for their donations. I mean, it's the way the world works. You give something to get something. And who has more than the government of the day to give a lot of things? A lot of contracts, a lot of prime land, a lot of concessions, taxes, and other rewards. And this is what has been happening. Yet we have the private sector crying foul and crying how it needs more of local content and raging at anybody who calls for renegotiation of the oil contract. Campaign finance reform is a first step in making our elections honest. We've never had an honest election in this country, and it's not just Burnham. The PPP also has not presided over completely honest elections. And that is understood across the country. So we need campaign finance reform. It's a must so that we don't want dirty money in our politics, and we don't want too much money from certain kinds of people in our political bloodstream, no, elections bloodstream, because of what happens when all the votes are counted and after the dust settles. We need clean governance, and it starts with campaign financing reform. genuine campaign financing reform. Why has the government not made a start in implementing this? Well, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? I'm GHK Lal on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. You are listening to the National Outlook.
Today, Wednesday, May 31st, was the hearing whether Justice